This is Shamrock. It is a chat application that runs on your desktop and it works with whatever model you want to point it at. OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, Kimi, or something running locally. Kimi is what I use day to day, and it is what you will see here. It is free, you can download it today, and the source is public. A few things worth pointing out straight away. Up here, 3 modes: work for general agentic work, documents for producing deliverables, code for a governed coding harness. Same chat, one switch. The model is a chip in the title bar and you can change it in the middle of a project. And down the side, the project's documents, its plan, and the values it has discovered. Those belong to the project, not to the conversation. Getting it takes a minute. The site is cortez.github.io/shamrock. There are builds for macOS, Apple Silicon, and Intel, and there is the source if you would rather build it yourself. Download the DMG that matches your Mac, open it, and drag Shamrock across to applications. Nothing unusual. One thing to expect on first launch. These builds are unsigned for now, so macOS will refuse to open it the first time. Right-click the app, choose Open, confirm once, and you are through. You only do that once. If you prefer the terminal, the release notes give you an exat2rt command that does the same thing. Signed and notarized installers are on the roadmap. And if you would rather build from source, clone the repository, npm install, npm start. That path also gets you anything that has landed since the last release. Now, point it at a model. Settings, model connections, add connection. Pick a provider. If you do not have a key, there is a link that takes you to the right console page. Paste it in, and for the OpenAI compatible providers, the base URL fills itself in. Your key is encrypted into the macOS keychain. Only the ciphertext is stored, and it is decrypted in the main process when a provider is called. Pick a model, save, and you are running. Let us ask it something. I have it on Kimi here. What is a Shamrock agentic harness? And it does not know. It says the term is not one it recognizes, and then it guesses why. It might be something announced after its knowledge cutoff, which is exactly right. This repository went public 6 days ago, so the model has no idea what it is running inside, and it offers to go and search the web instead. Looks like we need to do a little more work on announcing ourselves, which brings me to why this thing exists at all. If you have ever tried to put a chat assistant into your own product, you hit a wall about a week in. The model call is easy. It is an HTTP request. Then the conversation gets too long for the context window and you have to decide what to summarize and what to throw away. Then a request takes 4 steps and you have to decide whether to plan first. Then you hand it a tool and you have to decide what it may run without asking. None of that is model work. It is harness work. And there is nowhere to look it up. Every harness in production today is closed. Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, the assistant inside your CRM, each one solved compression, planning, and tool gating, and every one of those solutions is invisible. This tab is the answer to that. It shows exactly what the chat assembled and sent to the model on its last turn. The context engine, glass boxed. Look at what it tells you. The window is 30% full, 74,000 tokens, and it breaks that down by what put them there. Real measured usage from the provider, not an estimate. 11 seconds, 49,000 tokens in, 410 out. Then the pipeline events. It selected 0 skills out of 31 and saved 58,000 tokens doing it. It says no compaction was needed this turn, and it admits that tool scope planning failed and it fell back to the full catalog. That last one is a tell. A glass box shows you the turns that went badly, not just the ones that went well. Compression is the clearest example. Every harness summarizes old history as it runs out of room, because it has to. The interesting part is never that it compresses. It is what it was told to protect. Shamrock protects discovered values, so a fact the agent worked out earlier does not get paraphrased away 4 rounds later. That is a policy. You might set it differently, but you can only argue about a policy you can see. Shamrock is early, and it says so. Every capability has an ID, acceptance criteria, and an honest status. 18 shipped, 7 partial, 9 planned. Exposing the harness is the first job, not the whole plan. From here, it is enterprise capability built on something people can already inspect, and the clearest example is an LLM proxy. A proxy behind a closed harness asks you to trust 2 black boxes stacked on each other. None of that arrives if the layer underneath stays a mystery, which is why the first thing to ship here was not a feature. It was the ability to look. So download it, point it at whatever model you like, and open the internals tab. If you disagree with how it handles compression and do it better in your own product, that is this project working. The measure is not how many people use it. It is whether the next person building a chatbot has something to study instead of something to guess at.